Body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow.
Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
May the sound of this bell penetrate deeply into the cosmos. In even the darkest spots, may living beings hear it clearly, so the suffering will ease, understanding arise in their hearts, and they can transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow.
Nguyện tiếng chuông này vang pháp giới, khắp nơi u tối mọi loài nghe. Siêu nhiên vượt thoát vòng sinh tử, giác ngộ tâm tư một hướng về.
Kính mời đại chúng cùng chắp tay niệm Phật. Please join your palms so we recite the name of the Buddha 3 times. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Mâu Ni Phật. Xin phép đại chúng cho Pháp Hòa 10 phút nói tiếng Anh trước. Good morning, my dear brothers, sisters and friends. Today is Sunday, the 11th of January 2015. How are you this morning? In the past 2 weeks, we have sent a lot of love, care and prayers to the 9 victims. You must have heard. And this is something for all of us to reflect, to learn, to practice in order to calm ourselves and to see the negative situations in order to transform our negative seeds in us. In Buddhist practice, we encourage all the Buddhist practice to practice the precept. Precepts means the discipline, some rules. And why you have to do all of this? Because you are aware of the suffering caused by something. That's why you cultivate your loving kindness. You will try your best to do this. For example, the first training that we learn aware of the suffering caused by destruction of life, I vow to cultivate my loving kindness, not to kill. You are aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption. I vow to cultivate mindfulness on my daily consumption. Because your body is transmitted to you, to us, by our ancestors and parents. So therefore we need to do the best in such a way that to nurture this body well. Because even our ancestor is no longer alive, but we are very sure their blood still circulates in us. So now they manifest beautifully in each of us. So we have the responsibility to take good care for us. Because once you know how to take good care for yourself, it means you take good care for your ancestor. How many of you here have watched Thầy, Journey to the West? No? I think when you are young and our parents watched the movie, and we also watched that movie too. But we just enjoy the movie because we know there's a monkey in the movie. There is a pig. There is what we call Sa Gu Jing, Sa Ngộ Tịnh. So we enjoy the movie because we know there are some characters in that movie very interesting, very funny. And these three special persons become the students of a Buddhist monk. Is that correct? Huyền Trang. So the one who want to go to India, because why they call West according to China? Because India is in the west of China. So that's why Huyền Trang Master, he wished that he can make a trip, a pilgrimage to the west, so he can bring many of the books, the teachings of the Buddha back to China, so he can translate into Chinese. Because at that time there are a lot of teachings still in India. In the 6th, 7th century, in the 7th century. So when he go to the west, to India, it's only himself. What you watch in that movie or you read a novel is not correct. That is only a novel. So people create more stories according to his journey. When he go back to China, he wrote a diary to report what he have seen, how many countries he passed by. But the author of that book, he creates more stories, more people in the story, in order to show a practice in our daily life. Do you remember who is the one who attached to sleeping, to eating, to beautiful girls? Who is that one? A pig, right? So a pig symbolizes for greedy. And in order to transform the seed of greed in us, we need to practice the precept. And the second person who is very smart, very clever, who is that one? The monkey. But he is also very, very hot temper. It symbolizes for hate. And in the group of four, they are going to the west. Beside the teacher and the three students, the one who most silence, very less talk, but he do all the work. Sa Ngu Jing, Sa Ngộ Tịnh, he symbolizes for ignorance. Because ignorance It's something deep inside each of us. And remember, these three poisons